Hi, and welcome to the 15th feeding in my worm bin. Today is early May sometime, the 4th or the 3rd or the 4th, somewhere in there. We're out in the worm bin inside the big greenhouse, trying to talk quietly so we don't alert the dog that's outside, and hopefully he don't start barking again. If you watched my short, you might have heard all the commotion with the dog. So we're going to try to keep it a little quiet and get on with the feeding. I've put paper bedding, paper and cardboard to keep the temperature of the frozen product down in that right top corner. We've reduced the heaters to one heater pad underneath the whole worm bin. We're still getting down in the 50s, so I don't want them to get chill. So we maintain it into the 60 degrees with the heaters, and the bottom heater I think maintains the worm bin to about a 78 degree, a nice 78 degrees. It don't kick on until it hits 74, and then we'll bring it back up to 78 and shut down. So let's get on with the feeding. The feeding is going to consist of lots of goodies. So we got a banana. I'm not knowing if the banana froze, but we're going to break the banana in half somehow. Gotta get my knife out. We're gonna cut the banana in half and in two spots. One up there, one down there. Hopefully some of this moisture gets in. We got a banana peel, which we'll throw in there. We got our lettuce. We're just gonna lay the lettuce on the outside. That's real thin. It's gonna take on it's going to get wet from the water temperature, or the water when I turn the mister system on, and it's going to thaw out really quickly. Kind of been neglecting the nitrogen lettuce portion of my feeding, so giving them a good amount of some green leaf to get them back onto a balanced meal plan. We got a whole stack of it that froze together. Trying to separate it out here, it's a little difficult when you're dealing with lettuce that was past its prime, but it's manageable. And see, you can make a nice covering with that lettuce. It provides a good cover. So if you want to try some natural bubble wrap instead of using some plastic bubble wrap in your bins, get some leaf lettuce and lay that down there for a couple of days. I guarantee you, your wormies will be jumping out from the depths to up top and eating it. Delicious. Really good for the worm bin. You gotta keep, even when you put flowering nutrients on your plants, you'll notice that even your flowering nutrients have nitrogen. Plants need nitrogen throughout their cycle. So, gotta get some of this banana out of the way. We'll throw one more banana peel in there. What else do we got in here? We got carrots. Some steamed carrots that got frozen. They're purple and white. Some decorative carrots. Now, carrots are really good for the worm bin. There's a regular colored one. There's a purple and orange. Yeah, there's lots of multicolored carrots in this feeding. Of course, they've attached themselves to the apple halves in there. Don't really want to give them layers, but I'm sure the worms won't care. Trying to put some extra moisture down in this part of the bin, and I'm going to angle the mister system so that it's hanging over that way too. The rest of the castings in here are looking great as far as water concentration and water levels, so the worms are really happy. Lots of castings. Normally I wouldn't be going through all this work, but I don't want to put clumps of frozen carrot in there. That'll be a little hard to work down. What else do we have in this feeding? We got some cauliflowers that we'll throw in there. Some cauliflower florets. And I think that's a pretty good size feeding that we just gave them. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to call it there. Put these bananas and peels back in the bag. Still got to start to a decent feeding for the next time. Apple halves, a banana, and some peels. Some leftover carrots. So at this time, we're going to move on to the amendment portion of our feeding. We have quite the cup of green coffee grinds that I dissected from some K-cups. And the bottom part was some leftover stuff that I got from work last week. So that's going to come out a little clumpier. I think we're going to hold off around there. They've been getting kind of stingy with the coffee at the house, and the work's been keeping up with giving me fresh coffee, but I really don't want to heat up the bin, so we'll leave that much. The rest of this is packed in there. The rest of that was loose, minus a couple morsels that I saw in clumps. We'll break them clumps down, spread it around. The wormies will break up the clumps and they'll eat it. They're going to come after this lettuce. So really good feeding there. So let me get the eggshell. This is what we have left of the eggshell shaker. See how much smoke that makes when you do it that way? I don't do it that way. Whew. Good thing I got the exhaust fan pulling over there. We're gonna sprinkle it up with some eggshell, and I got more eggshells inside, so we'll give them some over there too, some down there. We'll get some eggshell. Alright, and then I think the only thing that I'm not gonna put on this week is chow. I'm not putting chow on this week. Gotta get another bag of chow going, and we're at our scraps, and I want to save that for when I start another bin. So we're just going to coat this. We got some cardboard, shredded cardboard, not micro cut, just shredded. And that's not going to absorb a lot. Well, it will, but it will hold its moisture good. I'm going to try to get into some of this paper shredded stuff. Just to sprinkle over top of our feeding, and we're going to call it good. I don't like to put stuff back in this shredded bag. Alright. And I think that will do it for our feeding. We're going to get our rake out of there, make sure we don't have anybody hanging on the ends. They seem dry. We will fix you where you belong. And at the present, we have our mister system set up for 15 seconds every 6 hours. That's equating to about a gallon every 2 weeks. I did have it doing, oh boy, what was it? 5 or 6 seconds every 12 hours, but that was getting real dry, and I don't want my castings getting dry and compacted. And we're keeping about the 6-inch mark in the bin, and that's about the max that you want to go with the red wigglers. They don't like to go down deep, which good is I'm hoping I'm preventing the ones from heading into the bottom tray and getting lost down there, because I haven't inspected the bottom tray in a long time. I know I got some bedding down there, and I put some worm chow in case some stragglers escaped through the holes in the bottom of the bin. So yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have to pull this bin and start pull the stuff out of the bottom bin and put some more bedding down there for any stragglers that sneak down, and take that pre-composting bedding out and put that into another bin. And then I think we may be splitting our red wiggler system from its 2,000 to 2,200 worms I estimate is in there, down to cutting that in half between 2 bins. I think we may be doing that. Gotta see if I got enough room to make that work here. I might have to get another table and take down that table and move this table. But yeah, I eventually want to get to a 2-bin system so that we can alternate it like every 3 months, or maybe every 6 months, or maybe every year. But at the moment, this system is born somewhere around October with half of the batch of worms that I put in there, and then November another half a batch of worms, to equal our total of what was 1,200 worms. Now we're probably within these 6 months, we've probably increased our system, I want to say 1,000 worms, with all the castings that I see, and with each cocoon, with all the cocoons that I see. I estimate, I think we get 4 to 6 worms out of each cocoon if we're lucky. They could hold up as many as 10 to 12, I've heard. I've never seen that many climb out of a cocoon. Don't have that kind of time to watch them, but anywho, I've yapped on enough. We're going on 13 minutes. We're been cutting down the times from the half-hour feedings that we used to do, trying to get a little quicker and efficient at this, trying not to bore you with all the details. So let's hook up our mister system and watch the mister and re-angle the misters, because we definitely know that they need to spray on all that paper. And they pretty much are. Each mister has a good, 60 degrees of spread, and yeah, that working out good, I think. Let's give her a shot with the lid closed, and let me evaluate. Three seconds. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, the wormies are gonna love that lettuce. I should probably adjust it so the lettuce gets a little wetter too. One more 45 seconds of watering. Oh boy. Yeah, we're getting the lettuce wet. That's good. Yep, looking good. Let's get our fans. Top fan goes to the right. Long cord goes to the left. Yeah, I splurged for my worms, trying to keep a lot of stuff automated, minus the feeding. So I got fans to keep the moisture controlled. I don't know, they weren't expensive. They're a couple dollars from eBay or Amazon. You can monitor your temperature and humidity, and right now you can set it for automatic mode, which I think I hit 81 and once it hits 80, it will stop. Hits 81% humidity, and the fans come on, and the sensors inside there. That was that block that's up in this corner, up here. And the Mr. System is just on the timer every 6 hours, 15 seconds of water. And both fans are controlled through one set of settings, so that's it. The other setup I have is the heater. This is the cord from the heater, and that goes to my Inkbird dual output. And actually, the bin is calling for heat at the moment, so we're heating. It's at 74. So yeah, the heater system's keeping the bottom bin warm. That doesn't, that heater, yeah, it goes into the bottom bin, and then there's a separation. And then a little look at Dragon Fruit Alley. A little different from the last time. If you watched any of my other videos, we trimmed a lot of the long branches that were reaching out, but as you can see, we got new ones that are making me play the limbo. I get to do the limbo to walk back. It kind of sucks and a little adventurous, so we may be pulling more cuttings. Nobody's called me or contacted me about cutting, so if you want some dragon fruit cutting, hit me up. I got name brands, and they're ready to go. Rooted, unrooted, you name it. Anyway, hit that thumbs up. We're almost close. I think we're at 38 subscribers, maybe 40 now. Trying to get to that lucky number 50 so that we can do live action worm feedings, and maybe you guys can question and comment and ask questions. Anyhow, that's enough of that blabbing. Thank you for watching. Bye bye now.